beloved. Welcome to my channel called The Solutions. Here is where we would seek to highlight issues, everyday issues that we face as human beings, and hopefully work together to solve them, to find solutions, to give tips and little tricks that can help us to live more productive, fulfilling lives. You know, usually at the end of every year, coming to the end of every year, sometime in December, people all get excited about their plans and all the changes, and they call it New Year's resolution, where they want to make changes in their lives to better themselves and to better their families. Usually it's a long list of things to include losing weight, eating differently, finding a spouse, divorcing from my spouse. And the list goes on and on. Finding a better job, making more money. People have a long list of changes and resolutions that they want to see happen in their lives in the new year. By the time they get somewhere in February, most people become so overwhelmed because it's a whole long list. And where do I begin? Where do I end? Am I really able to not burn out and to continue to see all of these things work on them and see them come to pass? You know, I have come to a conclusion that if we would just deal with one single idea or one single resolution, one single plan, that if we can focus on it, then every other thing in our lives would tend to be more cohesive. They would be able to flow better and connect better. We'll be able to have a clearer mind. Our minds would be freed up to focus more and just go ahead, methodically go ahead and implement all these different thoughts and ideas. We'll be able to think better. And that one thing that I've come to the conclusion that we need to really have a resolution about is whom we would leave behind in 2019. We got to leave some people. And that particular group of people that I thought of that would need to be left in 2018 and not to bring into 2019 with you would be the people who are stubbornly ignorant. Those are people that you need to leave in 2018. And if you would leave them, you'll be free to focus on your own life, on your own family's lives, on your own ideas and your plans. Who are stubbornly ignorant people? Those are the kinds of people who are disagreeable. Those are the people who likes confusion. They thrive. If there is no confusion, they're not happy. Those are people who love it. These are people who love argument. They argue about everything. These are people who are not able to resolve and sit and reason and discuss issues. These are people who have a lot of hurt and pain. These are people who may very well be in some form of depression, having some form of mental illness. These are people who are living in unforgiveness. These are people who hate you, but they smile with you. These are people who have unresolved issues that you may not even know about with you, but they continue to smile with you. These are people who lack control. They have no self-control. They get angry very, very quickly. Their emotions are always out of control. They feel everything they feel. Everybody has to know and everybody has to see and everybody has to hear that they're feeling. Lack of self-control. They lack ability to reason. These are people who lack ability to reason. They have no interest, as I said, in solving problems. They struggle to distinguish between right or wrong. And as a result, they see the right as the wrong and the wrong as the right. They're the author of confusion. They're extremely destructive. All their thoughts are generally surrounding destruction. They get along with no one. Do you have anyone in your life close enough to you that gets along with no one? That is a stubbornly ignorant person, and you need to get them out of your lives. When they're challenged about something, do you have someone in your life, or more than one? Some of you have more than one of these people that you carry daily. When they're challenged about something, their response is always a cuss out. Their response is always going to be void of sensible reasoning. These are the people you need to leave behind as you move into 2009. They're close-minded, very tunnel vision in the way they think, the way they see things. They would only stay on your side if you agree with them. The moment you say, no, I disagree on these grounds, you are wrong. Oh no, that's a problem. Stubbornly ignorant people. They live recklessly, putting themselves and others in danger ever so often. I want you to know today that if you take those kinds of characters into your 2019, you are setting yourself up for failure, because I'm telling you today, they drain you. That's one of the things these types of people do. They drain you of all of your substance. By draining you, they leave you like a shell, an empty shell. It's like a crab, for example, who has lost all its meat, all its body, but there's just an empty shell there, hopeless. These people can leave you hopeless. They can cause you to lose your focus. They may cause you to turn your hearts from others because they love to bring division. You need to guard your heart and guard your emotions against these kinds of people. They can make you feel depressed. Listen, it is said and it is believed that the 5 people you spend most of your time with are the people who you begin to take on their character. And so if you are hanging out with somebody who's always depressed, who every time you talk is some drama, is some confusion and chaos, very soon you will begin to become like. They consume all of your attention. Do you have a friend? Do you have anyone who consumes your attention? They're selfish, self-consumed. They care about no one. And if you don't be careful and leave these people in 2018 exactly where they belong, you are at risk of continuing the exact pattern that you've been in for some of us many, many years. For others, all of our adult lives. For some of us, all of our lives. You have to leave these types of people, be it family, be it friends. You just co-workers. You just have to leave them behind. And I want you to know that probably even more importantly, these types of people, stubbornly ignorant people, they weaken you. If you don't be careful, they weaken you spiritually, they weaken you emotionally, and they weaken you physically. My advice to you today, that's what I've come on to tell you. Forget about the big list. I'm telling you, tear it up. Tear it up. If you can get your mind and your emotions in order, then every other aspect of your being you'll be able to focus on and see them come to order. But if you have people who continuously distract you, there's nothing you say to them that helps. There's no advice you give that makes sense, because they're stubborn, they're set in their ways, they're set in their viewpoints, they're ignorant, they lack information. And I would dare say that I have found too, in my life and in growing up, that many of these people lack exposure. They haven't had that opportunity to interact at different levels. And when I say different levels, I'm referring to even on a job. Many of these people probably have never worked real work. They've never been put in a position where they have to problem solve. They've never been put in a position where the success of a particular thing depends also on them. Many of them have never, ever been put in positions where they had to work as a team in getting problems solved, issues resolved, in seeing some project come to fruition. Many of them have never. And you need to, my advice to you as I bring this video to a close, is that in this time, in this season, in 2019, you need to leave them behind. And oh, FYI, stop calling on heaven, stop bringing down God, because he has given you everything you need to make decisions and to make choices concerning your lives. Don't think he's going to come from heaven, just break out of heaven and deal with your issues. He has given us all we need to make choices. He has given us 5 senses. Use them. There comes a time where you have to cut off. Be it family, be it co-worker, be it in some of your cases, your husband and your wife too, you need to cut off. Be done with it. You've wasted 10, 15 years for what? To put on a show to make people know that you're married or whatever? Get rid of these types of people. They're stubborn, totally, absolutely fixed in their ways. Nothing you say, they're incapable of reason. And there's nothing you say that will change their minds. They're ignorant and they're unexposed. And so I really wanted to come on today to encourage each and every one of you. Leave them behind. And if you leave them behind, you don't need a list. When you leave them behind, you'll be cleared up in every sense of your being, in every capacity of your being. You'll be cleared up. You'll be released to see and to make wise choices and to progress in whatever areas you want to progress in your life. Leave them behind. In 2019, it's all about you. It's all about what and who matters. And it's all about fulfilling the very purpose that you've been created for. All of us were created for a great and mighty purpose. Find yours and fulfill it. Leave them behind. They're like leeches. They suck you dry. They will finish you. They have the finisher's grace. They'll finish you. Leave them behind as you move into 2019. And you will see you didn't even need a huge list. You'll see you'll be motivated and encouraged. You'll see. So I thank you very much for listening. And I really sincerely hope that you subscribe, that you share, and that you like this video so that others can see it. Thank you so much and have an awesome, productive, fulfilling 2019. Please leave your comments. Keep this conversation going. Share your views, because this channel is really about finding solutions. And this is just an awakening I had. I'm sure many of you have had your own awakenings, maybe now, maybe sometime in the past. So please keep the conversation going. Please share. Please comment. Please like. And thank you so much again. I also want you to know that you can ask questions in the comment section, and I will make every effort to make sure that I answer each and every one of you, one of your questions, that is. Also, I would be uploading to YouTube every week, once a week for now. And then as you guys want more or demand more, I don't mind you demanding, I will increase those days. But for now, it's going to be once per week, and I would seek to keep it on a Tuesday. Seeing that today's Tuesday. Thank you again so much. Thank you.